guys, welcome back. Welcome to my beauty space. So today, as the title would have already let you guys know, we're doing a natural brow tutorial. Now this is the type of brow where somebody sees you and they goes like, oh, where did you get your brows done? And you're like, oh girl, I just filled them in myself, you know, that kind of brow. Disclaimer, it's like after 9 in the morning, so a lot of people are going to work, so you might hear a lot of cars. Right about now, cars coming. Yeah, normally when I'm filming, I like to just wait until the car passes. I try to wait until the car passes, but I have school in like probably like 45 minutes, so I gotta do this very quickly. So yeah, disclaimer on that. So let's jump into it. Now the first step in doing your brows, I feel like, is ensuring that they're relatively clean, and meaning that there's not much stray hairs. It makes the process a lot easier, especially if you're a beginner. It just makes it so much easier. It's an easier guideline. You don't have to spend time like outlining your brow or anything like that, because the shape is pretty much already there. So that's something that I like to do. The next step is selecting the brow product. Whether it's going to be a pomade, a powder, a pencil, just select something that you're comfortable with, that easy to work with, that you know you don't have any problems with, you know the ins and out of using it. For me today, I'm going to be using the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, and this is in the shade Espresso. Now the shade is also very important, and for this particular look, also how opaque the product is, in my opinion. Have foundation on my hand, but this is what Espresso looks like. I wish it would have been a tad bit cooler, but I really love this product just because I have so much control over how opaque the product is. It's not too intense like first as you swipe. Like the Milani one is really intense, so I prefer that for like a more fuller brow. But for a look like this, I feel like I have more control over how opaque the product is when I place it onto the brow. So I like that product for that reason, also because of how small it is. Let me just show you guys. It's really small, so it really gives you those hair-like features. An angled brow brush would do just the same if you're doing like pomade and powder, but I prefer using a pencil for this. It just feels more sturdy, and this one in particular is just really good. Then the next thing you want to do is to analyze your brow, because with a look like this, it's so easy for your brows not to look like perfect, not perfect, but like properly filled in. And I said this because when you're doing a fuller brow, you're just gonna pack on the product, whatever, but with something like this, you're not. So for me personally, the front part of this brow is a lot thinner than this one, so when I'm filling my brows, I know that I have to place more product in this brow as opposed to this one. Like, make sure the opacity of the product in this brow is a little bit more intense than this one, just so it balances out each other. And knowing where I'm going to need to put product, so I know I need to focus on the top part of my tail because I don't have as much hair there. So it's just things like that you need to take note of for your brows before actually filling them in, because you don't want to just go in with products. Chances are it's not going to look as natural as you want it to look. Now for the filling in part. So the first thing I like to do is to comb up the brow hairs just so I can see the shape of the brow a bit better. Then I like to do quick hair-like strokes to give the illusion that it's actually my hair and not like, you know, filled in brows. And then towards the front of my brow, I do like to draw a line. You can do that throughout your entire brow, but I just don't like that look for this type of brow. And then I take the spoolie side of it and I comb out the hairs just to kind of break up the line a bit. Like I mentioned before, towards the front of this particular brow, I like to apply a little bit more pressure, a little bit more product, just so that the opacity matches up with the previous brow. And then I like to comb down the brow hairs once again so that I can see the shape of the brow, at least the shape that I want to give it. And I'm doing the same quick hair-like strokes. However, this one looks more of a line simply because I do need a little bit more definition and shape structure. at the top of my brows as opposed to the bottom, so that's why I do that. And at this point, I'm just analyzing the brow further to see where I need to fill in some more, where do I need more shape, you know, all that jazz. And you can go ahead and conceal, that would be the 5th step, but I chose not to just because I don't like that look for this look. And the 6th step is setting your brows. I think this is very important just because it pushes the hair back into the spaces that are kind of gappy, and it defines the hair so you see that more and gives the illusion that the entire thing is your hair and not a filled in space. And that's the finished look, guys. Look, I got eyebrows now. I got eyebrows now. I guess my final tip, it's not a step, but this is a tip, is just remembering brows aren't twins, and it's so serious. Brows aren't twins. They are sisters, and on some days they end up being very distant cousins, and nothing is wrong with that. Your brows naturally aren't shaped the same. I got my struggle brow. You know, we all got that struggle brow, so telling yourself that and reminding yourself that makes the brow process very easy, because sometimes I feel like we sit there and we could stop and then we're like, oh, but if we do this, it might just look perfect. We do it and then we mess up that brow, and then it's just a whole mess. Just to let you guys know, this brow routine literally takes me under 2 minutes. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. Like under 2 minutes. I've timed this more than once when I decided I was going to film this brow. I wanted to make sure that it didn't take me more than 2 minutes to do. It literally took me like 1 minute and 42 seconds. I timed it, guys. I timed it. So this is a really quick routine. It may seem a little bit tedious at first, especially if you're a beginner, because you're not like, you haven't become accustomed to it. But once you've done it and you've gotten into the groove, girl, you'll be out the door. So that is pretty much it for this tutorial. If you guys enjoyed the watch, feel free to give this video a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe button, and if you're not quite convinced, head on over to my channel and maybe you'll feel persuaded once you see some of my other videos. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and hopefully I will see you in my next tutorial. Bye. I like these sun-kissed videos.